Hey everyone, my name's Helen. Welcome to my channel. This is favorites, stuff I love, hair care, and other stuff edition. So I hope you enjoy this. I'm making this in anticipation of all the shopping we're gonna be doing, and I know some of us are making our lists of things that we want or things that we wanna buy other people. I just thought I would chime in with some of the stuff that I've tried, tested, and loved over time here on my channel. So let's just get right into it. Right off the top, let's start right in with the hair stuff because I know that's what you guys follow me here for. Thank you so much. I just reached 10,000 subscribers, huge milestone. Maybe at some point in the future you're watching this and I have exceeded that amount, which would be amazing. For me, wow, it's been a moment. I am celebrating these last couple days. It has been a marathon of a journey for me. I am not one of these YouTubers who started it and 1 year later reached 10,000. I am nearly at 4 years of just grinding out videos weekly about hair loss, hair care, and other fun stuff that I like to talk about. So I thought, let's just keep the good energy going. Let's talk about stuff that we love here. I'm gonna show you two products. So I know I'm taping this in advance of Black Friday, and I'm not the biggest Black Friday person because I think it gets a bit blown out of proportion, but at the same time I do love a deal. So I would be remiss not to mention these because now you might have a chance, and especially coming up after this, even into the holiday season and even after the post-holiday season, there are sales. So I'm all about getting a sale, so I just wanna throw these out there for you guys to research. First, I'm gonna start with this hair straightener, which I reviewed recently on my channel. It is the VKK hair straightener. This is not available in the US, but it's not so much necessarily this particular product or this particular brand. It's just what a hair straightener can do. If you're someone who straightens your hair quite a bit and you need to be quick about it, I really do like this for doing a really quick job. I think I did this on a review on my channel the first time I ever used it. Never having tried one of these, I think I did the whole head of hair, my whole head of hair in, I think it was under 10 minutes. So that's really not bad considering I was kind of chatting a bit and kind of going through my hair and not having used it before. What I liked about it, and I'll sum it up quickly also, is not just that it's quick, but it didn't need as much heat in my particular case. As I would go through the hair, it wouldn't be hot to the touch, but when I use a traditional sort of clamp style flat iron, the hair would usually be too hot to touch after, and it seemed to get kind of the same net effect. The other thing that I liked is it didn't over straighten my hair. It kind of left it with the tiniest bit of movement and body as well. So I really like this. This is just a hair straightener comb, I think they're called. This one is, again, VKK, but a lot of different brands make this. I just like the idea of one of these for the particular reasons that I mentioned, and I had bought something kind of similar. So this one was gifted to me by VKK. I didn't spend any money, but I wasn't sponsored, so all the opinions in that review, which I will link up, are my own. One I did pay for, actually, with my own money. I bought it actually through Poshmark. I got a sort of used but new in the box kind of a deal. You know what I'm trying to talk about? It still had all the paperwork that came with it, and I think it came with an extra hairbrush and stuff like that. This is the Kristen S. Gosh, what is the name of this? I think it's called the Root Touch-Up Comb or something like that. I'll put the actual name down below. I got it for half the regular retail price because, again, I bought it, I guess, new in the box, but technically used from Poshmark. I really like this because I have so many little frizzy baby hairs. What I love about this is that it's this kind of neat contraption I didn't know I needed, but what it does is it just lays those hair down, those little baby hairs that are poking straight up to the sky down. You can see that it's kind of straight. I didn't go into this part of my hair. I just wanted to show you the difference. So I'm not sure if you're picking up on that. It's pretty flat here, as flat as I can get it. It would be way frizzier if I didn't. And this part is sort of where it's not done. You can see some frizz coming out. If I were to use this, that would lay it down really nice and straight. It is expensive for just something you're gonna use just for that small part of your hair. So maybe it's something you wanna pick up on a sale, something to look out for. The only place I saw it available was Kristen S's website. So just be aware of that. I will drop a link. I don't have any affiliate links. I don't use affiliate marketing here at all right now. So anything that I'm linking up, I'm not getting any kickbacks or anything like that from it. I just like it and I wanted to share it with you guys. So yeah. That one. My favorite flat iron is a Babyliss or Babyliss blue flat iron though. So if you do actually need a flat iron, just buy something of decent quality. I feel like I bought inexpensive ones, and what happens is the little ridges where the iron sort of is connected to the handle of it, if that makes sense, sometimes are not smooth and they just snag out your hair. And that's the last thing, when you're suffering from hair loss, the last thing you want to do is be passing over your hair with a flat iron and it pulls your hair out. Nothing can be more upsetting than that, right? It also just feels terrible on a sensory level. I don't know if you guys are with me on this, but I hate the way it feels when my hair gets snagged on something. It really disturbs me. I don't know how else to describe it. So Babyliss, I use this one. I think it's called the Nano Titanium. It's blue. It's expensive. Again, I had this one. I broke it from dropping it at quite a height off of actually this here. It fell down to the floor and that broke it. So I actually had to repurchase it. Again, I just bought a used one from Poshmark. This is something you can sanitize very easily. I personally don't feel the need that I have to have a brand new one for a tool that I use occasionally, not all the time. I'm okay with buying a used one and just kind of cleaning it off really nicely with a sanitizing wipe. That's me. Let's now talk about shampoos. That's something I'm known for testing here on this channel. I have tested a lot when it comes to the whole hair loss claims field. And I'm gonna tell you some of my favorites. Some of it's about hair damage. So I don't always sort of talk about hair loss. Sometimes I talk about the hair damage world of it all because I've got both things going on right now. From a hair damage perspective, I think one shampoo set you might wanna get your hands on when it's on sale is Olaplex, because that stuff's expensive, but I've never found anything else that does quite the same job. Do you want to use Olaplex all the time? No, I don't think Olaplex, the whole system of Olaplex is great for an everyday shampoo. It's just too much, it's too heavy. If you want to use it sort of more sparingly once a week, once every 2 weeks, I think you're gonna like it. I don't think you need to necessarily buy the full-size bottle of shampoo and conditioner. And by the way, the shampoo and conditioner lock really well together. I don't know what it is. I guess it's how they formulated it, the bond repair of it all. When you use them together, boop, they work really well together, and you can just like flat iron your hair and it gives you an amazing result if you do that, or if you just air dry your hair. It can be a little heavy though. So again, not for daily use necessarily, but this stuff is expensive. So what I suggest is not buying the full bottles, but Sephora, as far as I know, still makes a set, and probably actually directly from Olaplex's site as well. Maybe have a look there, see what kind of sales they might have going on. Have these sort of bottles that are about this big. I'll show you what the set looks like. I would get this set in a heartbeat. In fact, I think I might actually be buying this myself to replenish, because I only ever bought the trial size, loved it. They were very small bottles. I think that I like it enough to upsize to this, because nothing else quite does, in my opinion, of all the things I've tested, quite does what Olaplex does when you use them all together. So it is actually pretty affordable when you buy it these small sizes, and you get some of all of them. And listen, this should last you a long time. I don't know how often you wash your hair, but I'm gonna say conservatively a set like this, if you're using it how I was just talking about, could last you a year. So if you look at it from that point of view, it's probably not that expensive. Another shout out here goes to Ouai Shampoo, I think that's how you pronounce it, Ouai Shampoo. The fine hair shampoo and the fine hair conditioner are probably some of the nicer shampoos I've used at the luxury level. Definitely just did everything it purported to do, and that is not every product is gonna do that. It definitely is great for people who don't have a lot of hair. It will not work as well for me with the length and amount of hair that I have right now, but when I had less, it was just chef's kiss. It was really nice stuff. Again, maybe this is something you don't necessarily need to buy the full-size big bottle. But if you're someone who's a frequent hair washer, I would say this is a great shampoo. Maybe even if your hair is not that fine, if you're a daily wash and condition kind of person, this might be a perfect shampoo for you. I really, really loved it, and I haven't found anything formulated quite as nice as this yet. Another surprise love of mine here, and I was surprised how much I like this, was Pura D'Or in the blue bottle. That's just the sort of regular formula. I have not quite tested yet. I have some other stuff going on with my hair right now. I'm testing out a new product that's not on market yet. I'll let you guys know if that ends up working well for me, but I have not started testing the gold formulation. I've only tested the sort of more, I think, inexpensive, regular, sort of quote unquote regular blue formulation. Really liked it. I have a whole video about this. Yes, the tiniest bit drying, but again, and not super expensive. Definitely performed really, really well. I did get a slight reduction in hair loss. Not sure if it was only attributable to that shampoo, but I wasn't crazy about some of the marketing that they do, which is like when you read the fine print, it says may reduce hair loss due to breakage. You know, I'm not playing that game here on this channel, right? We're talking about actual hair loss that comes from your scalp, and it kind of performed. I liked it. I really like the scent of it, which is always an important factor for me when it comes to shampoo. So shampoo wise and all of that, that's just stuff that I've really been enjoying. Maybe something you can pick up on sale, because those are all, with the exception of the Pura D'Or, that's not too expensive, but all of the rest can be kind of up there on prices. So maybe now's a good time to check out the deals out there. Quickly, just gonna go through some other things I really, really love. These are just favorites, not really things you'd necessarily want to gift somebody. They're not expensive things, but I do like them. One is a Tangle Teezer hairbrush. Have done a comparison with a sort of dupe and the brand name Tangle Teezer, the bottom line. The Tangle Teezer itself is worth paying those extra bucks for. It is not an expensive product, around the $10 mark. Really nice brush. seems to tug the least at my hair. Elastic hairbands. I know this is weird, but I do put my hair up a bit, like it's kind of a strange thing to mention. My favorite thing are these really inexpensive, you see them in a pack, and they're kind of for like doing small braids and stuff like that, but if you don't have a lot of hair, this could be a really good hair elastic, because I find that the coated, not the coated ones, sort of the wrapped ones, theoretically are supposed to pull out less hair, and I guess maybe they do, but I have to wrap, I can't get the number of wraps right for my hair. Do you know what I'm trying to say? When I had a lot of hair, I could only go around 2 times, right? And now that I have much less, it's like 3, but maybe is it 4? 3 is like not tight enough. 4 wraps around my ponytails is too much. So I find that for me, the right one is just these like disposable plasticky ones, and you can reuse these. Don't throw them out. Like, we have enough plastic garbage. I reuse them till they snap, basically. And I've had this little, I don't know, few dollar package that I bought literally for years now. I've had it for years. They can last a long time. Just toss the used ones back in with the old ones and just keep going with them. Another indispensable hair loss product for me is the rat tail comb of it all. I got a 2-pack at Target for like maybe $5. People are like, where did you get it from? You can get a rat tail comb from pretty much any pharmacy. I'm sure if you march on down to CVS, Walmart, if you're in Canada, you know, Shoppers Drug Mart, wherever you are, I'm pretty sure you can pick up a rat tail comb. They're pretty readily available nowadays, but I love it. It does a great job parting, and I just find that a comb doesn't really part your hair the same way. You need that rat tail to make sections. The sectioning also comes in handy when you're trying to do any kind of styling on your hair, like curls or like whatever the case may be. It's worth it for the couple bucks that it costs. Pick up one of these if you don't have one. If you don't have a lot of hair, you can even brush your hair with this, so long as you're kind of gentle and slow with it. It really does get to the scalp, so it's just a great all-purpose tool. Let's move along now to skincare, which is something actually is funny. I have a different audience. If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, go ahead and do that. It's the same Shrimpy McGee as here. I have a different audience on TikTok. I put up videos about like hair loss, and you think that those would get traction, and they never have. It's actually my skincare stuff that gets the most traction. So that's sort of what I talk about over on TikTok a bit more. I do have skincare videos here on this channel as well, but one of the things that sort of kicked everything off was, and even on this channel many years ago, I started talking about Cicaplast Baume B5. This miracle product was introduced to me by none other than the amazing YouTuber Lisa Eldridge, who I love. She talked about this product years ago, and I'm like, I need to get my hands on this. It is a super thick, creamy balm type moisturizer. It's unscented. It's fairly affordable for what it is. Cost me $15. Prices crept up, as everything has over the last couple years. It should cost you about that no matter where you live. No, that's not true. I shouldn't say no matter where you live. Some places it gets imported from France and it's hella expensive. Overall though, it's an affordable cream. This stuff is a miracle worker if you have dry skin, if you have fine lines. It just spackles them all into place. It is actually originally, I think, for burns and like eczema and stuff, or eczema, depending on how you pronounce it. It's really just a really thick, very moisturizing cream, non-irritating. And it is an amazing base under makeup. I am not wearing any under this makeup right now because I can't find it. It is out of stock. I think it might have something to do with the whole TikTok event. When a product takes off on TikTok, you can't find it in the shelves. And also, you know, as you guys know, there's like supply chain issues right now. You cannot get this stuff where I am for love or money. So if you do lay your hands on a bottle and you have a bottle right now, please do yourself the favor of snipping off the top of this to get what's inside, okay? Just get a pair of scissors. Be careful though, because the plastic will be sharp after you cut it, but cut off the very top part of it because you can't unscrew the bottom. It doesn't come off. Make a snip off the top and you have probably another week's worth of product just in the tube that you can't get out. So make sure you get that, decant it, whatever you gotta do, get that product. There's a lot left in it when you think you're done. So that is just my public service announcement on this wonderful product that I cannot find right now. It is just such a hit. That is just like an amazing discovery that I made though, and it is a staple in my skincare wardrobe, so to speak. Another brand that I absolutely love is skincare from Korea called, I've written it down and I hope I say this correctly. Please forgive me, Korean speaking people out there, but I'm gonna attempt my best. Pyunkang Yul. This stuff comes in these gorgeous dark blue bottles. The packaging is like A+. It looks so expensive, and it kind of is. It's like mid-range. It's not as expensive as like the expensive skincare at Sephora, but because it's imported from Korea, etc. and so forth, it is a little bit more pricey than, for instance, La Roche Posay, and it's a lot more pricey than like Neutrogena. So that's just how it is. But it is amazing. I love that it is unscented. I love that it lasts and lasts. I love the bottles. I love the formulations. It is perfect for mature skin. And yeah, it's expensive, but if you spend about 60 bucks, you'll probably get a half a year's worth of product. You know, there's this nutrition cream that I like. There is this stuff in a dropper. I think it's called Essence. I will link it down below. I can't remember all the names of this, but this stuff is an amazing brand. I just want to put you onto it. You probably have to order it online, but aren't we ordering everything online anyway? So this is another one to keep your eye out for when it goes on sale. Another thing that I like, and this is not really a sale product or anything like that, is just good old-fashioned RetinA. Just a shout out for good old-fashioned, you know, vitamin A that you put on your skin. My skin has been suffering from dullness, which is not uncommon for me this time of year. It is now approaching winter. I'm in November as I shoot this. Skin has not been looking the best, but a little bit of RetinA goes a long time. Listen, people don't pay attention to the packaging and what it says to do. You really only need a pea-size amount, maybe even less. But I am at a half pea-size amount and I use it every second day because I don't want my entire face to fall off. I've had that happen to me before with this product. It will remove a lot of dead skin. So go easy with it. But this stuff, just like, wow, this is amazing. So if you need a prescription for it, go ahead and get yourself, like, put that on your to-do list. Next time you want to speak to your doctor about it, this stuff, if it's suitable for you, it does a really great job with dead skin, fine lines, and just making you look overall brighter. Don't we all want that? My next pick is this gentle face wash from Neutrogena, and also CeraVe makes one as well. And just full disclosure, I didn't find these. My mom actually bought them and they weren't quite suitable for her, so she passed them on. These do not remove makeup, but they're great for like in the morning when you don't have any makeup on and you just need a little bit, because I think a lot of us are stripping off too much oil in the morning, especially when you're not in your 20s anymore. You don't need like a dry, like if your face feels tight, I think you may have overdone it with the face wash that you're using. These never leave my face tight. The way I use them is one I have next to my sink and the other I have in the shower so that I'm never without my face wash. So the CeraVe I put in the shower and the Neutrogena I just leave next to the sink. I really like them. These are great. You know, again, not something you necessarily want to treat yourself, but maybe you are at like Target or CVS or wherever and you see it on sale. Maybe these are two to pick up. Just put them on your list. So last of all, I'm going to talk about apparel, which you guys don't necessarily know me for here, but I do like to talk about it. And I find that when you get to be like a certain age, we need to help each other out more. Like what we're seeing on Instagram, on TikTok, like when did youth culture become so young? Because I remember youth culture being like 25 to 30. Like in the 90s, Friends, that was youth culture, but the Friends were like in their 20s, right? So now it's like skewed much younger and it's like 15 to 22. That's youth culture now. Fine, but it leaves us in a bit of a quandary in terms of what to wear and stuff like that. So these are just things that I've been loving that I'm gonna share with you. My favorite all-time leggings, these are Aritzia leggings. They are a high-rise style. I just find them so comfy. They last for the better part of a year. I do get chub rub and I bust through the middle seam in my inner thighs and I stitch them up because I'm trying to be a bit more sustainable with how I use things. I used to just throw them out, which is like bad. Honestly, it takes like 2 minutes to just like give them a nice stitch and then you can wear them usually for another few months at that point. Love this pair. They're soft, they're comfy, they're not that warm, but they're a nice legging for my particular body shape. The brand of fashion and clothing that I'm probably liking the best, and I tend to buy it only on the resale market, is Madewell. Madewell is an offshoot of J. Crew, and you can find them here at Nordstrom. You can find individual stores. I just always find something that I like in the store. I find that it really caters to, it's not quite, doesn't always skew as young. Like they have lovely sweaters, lovely jeans, and it just doesn't feel crazy when you look at it, right? Because sometimes you're looking at some styles and you're like, I just wouldn't wear that. And I feel like sometimes American Eagle Outfitters falls into the I wouldn't wear that kind of category. Also, I feel like the quality is, I know it's called Madewell, so theoretically the quality should be great, but whatever. But it actually is, I find, pretty good. Good enough actually for me to find that I will pay a bit of money to buy like resale items. I bought this like Sherpa style vest. Aritzia makes a really similar one, but those get really ragged. This one is, when I looked at it online, I'm like, yeah, I have to have that one. It just seems to have held up really, really well. It's really nice. It's like this really nice Sherpa vest that I need here in Canada because it's cold. I wanted one years ago. I never picked one up. So yeah, Poshmark is where I buy a lot of my clothes these days. And that's where I got this one. And my favorite jeans are also Madewell as well. I just think that they're a nicer brand when you're sort of a bit more mature, but they just don't feel old. Like you get in this like kind of age frame, and I'd say that's probably from like 35 to probably like 55, where you know, you're not a senior citizen, right? So you don't need to shop that way necessarily, but you're not like, they're not catering for you. Like a lot of the companies are not necessarily, like Forever 21 is not catering to you. Even Gap's not really catering to you anymore. So if you're like me, maybe check out Madewell. If you want to treat yourself to a handbag, listen, you can go whatever route you want, but a brand that I found that I really, really like for so many reasons is Mulberry. And because this is not like a cult hit, this is not a Chanel, this is not a Louis Vuitton, it's got some things going in its favor. One, people are not going to necessarily want to steal it off of you, which is always nice, right? Because theft is actually, you know, a real concern when you have these expensive handbags. Some Chanel handbags are like many, many thousands of dollars, and people know that, and it could, you always just feel a little bit sensitive that could be stolen from you. Same with Louis Vuitton. They're just so blingy that people recognize them, and you can sometimes be a target for theft. So that's not really gonna happen so much with a Mulberry because it's just much lower key. And that's exactly it. It is lower key. It's understated luxury. It is beautifully made. They have, the company Mulberry is based out of England, and they've done a lot towards working towards sustainability with what they do. And this is not a sustainability lecture. I'm just saying maybe have a look. Their quality is really good. They have some really nice styles. Again, I think Nordstrom carries this brand. So again, this might be something you might see. I wanted this bucket bag so badly. I still have not picked it up. I might have a look through the sales. What I did do though is find this gorgeous oxblood colored bag that this front of it zips off and becomes a clutch. I found this on Poshmark in like mint condition, and I love it so much. I love this bag. I hardly ever use it though because it's kind of like my special bag, even though I have like a Louis Vuitton and I have some other designer bags. It's just so pretty. I think it's just so special. I love their stuff. It's just, they're so special. They make really, really nice stuff. So I encourage you to have a look if you're in the market for a bag, like a forever bag, right? Like when you want to keep forever, like buy something like this in black. It will never go out of style. A shout out again for the lowly, humble, kind of expensive for what it is, Longchamps tote bag. My goodness, okay, this bag, I've had it for years. I take it to the beach. I take it out when I'm shopping and I stuff stuff in there. You can stuff all kinds of stuff in there. I may or may not have put a full-size rotisserie chicken in this bag and smuggled it in somewhere. Maybe, maybe not. Love this purse so much. It's somewhat waterproof. It is just the perfect tote bag for just jamming lots of crap in there. So if you're the one who often needs to take off your like light jacket at the mall, and you have a hat and scarf and you need to put them somewhere, this is the bag for you. This just will never go out of style. Celebrities have it, everybody has it. I know it's been seen, it's been done and stuff like that, but it is truly a classic, and I like that it folds up and you can just like sort of very easily put it away or take it with you if you're going somewhere like on a trip where you think you're gonna be shopping. It's a good one for that as well. It's very packable. And the last thing, I'm just gonna end off with shoes. We've kind of gone from sort of top to bottom, right? We're gonna end up with shoes, and my favorite are these Doc Martens that I bought a year ago, and I don't think you can find them anymore. I've been looking and looking, but oh my goodness, I cannot wear the big thick Docs anymore. Like I'm not gonna do that. Like I did that when I was 18, and they were great because I worked at like an exhibition. I worked at the Canadian National Exhibition at that age, and they were wonderful at that age. They were so cushiony. Actually, I wasn't even 18. I was maybe 15 when I first had my first pair. I was doing something different at 18, but anyhow, I was 16 when I had my first pair of Doc Martens. They took forever to break in, but they were so comfy because I was on my feet all day at that job. And on the other hand, I was 15, so my feet didn't hurt that much at the end of the day. They made this much slimmer version with like a slimmer sole, and they still make similar versions. So I would say definitely if you love the look of Doc Martens and you want the soft leather of it all, these were easy to break in. They were very soft. I don't know if you can get this exact pair anymore, but you can definitely get a similar pair. Love these. I just find them to be just perfect for kicking around on the weekends and stuff like that. You know, they don't look too young. They are not like old lady shoes. They're just that perfect sort of vibe, right? If you love Doc Martens, you can still wear them just in a way that's a little bit more sleek and a little bit more age appropriate for those of us who are not like 20 anymore. So yeah. All right, everybody, those are all the things that I loved. I hope if you liked any of them, you will find them on sale. You know, I hope you save a few bucks if you did like any of these. If you did enjoy this video, please feel free to give this a like and be sure to subscribe. I know that people say that all the time. You're like, why should I subscribe? It actually really helps creators out a lot when you do subscribe. If you would consider subscribing, I would appreciate that so much. All right, everybody, thanks so much for staying tuned here. I hope that was a fun one. We'll see you in the next video.